Why is it that it seems like it is easier to talk to Hamas than Hakeem Jeffries? George Santos got sprung by the president.
Hakeem Jeffries has the same problem that Chuck Schumer has right now. They're both New Yorkers.
I have a few more clips of MAGA Mike Johnson lined up for us, this time on Fox News, discussing Trump and the Nobel Peace Prize, his pardon of George Santos, and more. So leave us a like on the video if you can. We're trying to get to 30,000 subscribers, and let's get right to the content.
Just by sheer force of his personality, President Trump was able to push through, and I think he greatly deserves the Nobel Peace Prize. In fact, Speaker Ohana of the Knesset and I have joined forces to try to collect as many signatures as we can from other speakers and leaders of parliaments around the free world to join us in co-nominating.
Yeah, no, Trump deserves it less than Satan himself, if we're being honest. He brokered a short ceasefire and hostage swap between Israel and Palestine. Great thing, but that also happened under Biden numerous times. You didn't see MAGA calling for a Nobel Peace Prize then, and this one has already fallen apart. Israel has bombed a bus in Gaza, killing 7 children aged 5 to 13. They've already killed dozens of civilians since the announcement, seemingly only agreeing to kill less Palestinians and not to stop killing Palestinians. And Trump and MAGA, meanwhile, are carrying on like this never happened, saying Trump deserves a Nobel Peace Prize and demanding that those on the left who actually care about this issue praise Trump for it, because getting praise for peace means more than actually delivering peace to them. That is how brainwashed cult members they are. I had so many MAGA in my comments saying, oh, are you even going to talk about the Trump thing? Are you even going to do this? Not a single one of them has said anything about Israel breaking the deal, because they actually don't care. They just want Trump to get sucked off by other people than just them, I guess. But you also have Trump's failure to stand with Ukraine, his bombing of civilian fishing boats in the Caribbean, an illegal preemptive strike on Iran, putting migrants into literal internment camps, deporting other migrants to genocide-ridden countries they aren't from, banning immigration from those genocide-ridden countries like Sudan. The idea that people ever think he would win a Nobel Peace Prize is delusional, let alone that he actually deserves one.
George Santos got sprung by the president. 2 years ago, you let the House, Speaker Johnson, have a vote of conscience to expel Santos. What do you think about President Trump commuting his sentence?
Well, the Constitution gives the President of the United States the full power of pardon and clemency and commutation. He chose to do that here.
And this is where the political weaponization really comes full circle, right? Not only is Trump turning the arms, so to speak, on the Democrats in these prosecutions, investigations, indictments, and more, but he's also going out of his way to let Republicans off easy or scot-free when he can, dropping investigations into Tom Homan, pardoning the Jan 6ers, even ones who beat cops, even the one who beat the cop who eventually died, commuting George Santos for, in his own words, being brave enough to vote Republican. And then we have the pardons to the people who donated to his campaign, who bought his crypto or otherwise. This is a level of corruption we've genuinely never seen before, playing out in front of our eyes and being cheered on by the very voters who pretended that government corruption was their main voting issue just 12 months ago.
President Trump negotiated a big peace deal. At the same time, Democrats and Republicans cannot negotiate an end to this shutdown. It's the 19th day. Why is it that it seems like it is easier to talk to Hamas than Hakeem Jeffries?
It's a great question. Hakeem Jeffries has the same problem that Chuck Schumer has right now. They're both New Yorkers. There is a rise of Marxism in the Democratic Party, and both of them are going to have challengers in their next election. So they have to show a fight. So they picked one on this short gap funding measure, the CR, that Chuck Schumer himself championed just in March, 7 months ago, the same exact.
I love the dedication from these clowns to try and still somehow tie this to Marxism, but it's really simple, right? Mike Johnson has said it, Trump has said it, and in breaking with the party, the likes of Marjorie Taylor Greene have admitted it as well. The government is shut down because Republicans think they do not have to negotiate with Democrats. It's that simple. They think because they have a 3-seat majority, they don't have to operate within democracy, despite needing 7 additional votes to keep the government open. I guess math is not their strong suit, despite also demanding concessions from Biden when they were in the minority with when Democrats had a much bigger majority. Hakeem Jeffries, Chuck Schumer, they've lessened their demands throughout this shutdown to make it easier to come to some sort of a common ground. At this point, they're only asking for extension of the Obamacare credits, and Republicans are refusing to even budge at all and accept that. I think the answer here is pretty clear and logically simple to find.